And we are live. How you going, bro?
Yeah, pretty good, bruh. You're still going, you're going the
You
right
look,
way.
yeah, you look the opposite way when I look at you.
It's like the Brady Bunch fucking
Oh yeah,
opening.
yeah. Here's the
Well,
story.
uh,
Good
dun, 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 dun. Uh,
call. How you going, bro?
yeah, really well, actually. Just got back from another swing at work. Yeah,
On
life's
break
good.
time.
On
Break
break time.
break time.
Yeah, break time. Got some prezzies in the mail, some new skateboard gear. So that was pretty good. Went for a burn.
That's what you've been playing around with today, eh?
Mm.
Yeah, nice.
So I've had all those longboards for years, and I've slowly just got old and fucked out. So
Mm.
had to upgrade, buy some new trucks and some wheels and some bearings and stuff. Had to learn how to put skateboard bearings in. So
Oh, okay. So an old deck, new
yeah,
trucks and
an old
everything.
deck.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got my favorite decks, but then just needed to get some new bearings and some wheels and stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah,
nice. Yeah, I
it was
probably need
very
new
interesting.
I'll probably need new wheels and bearings and shit on my longboard. I got a longboard and it's probably a bit sluggish and stiff and shit as well.
Yeah,
Just stocky how I bought it, you know.
yeah, yeah. They never come good stock.
Nah, you're right.
Got
Yeah.
to buy yeah. I really you can get it's like ceramic bearings, like $200 set of ceramic bearings and stuff like that, like the real
Yeah,
pro stuff.
right.
But that's not me. I didn't get
Ceramic
ceramic bearings like
makes
some
sense when you
skateboarding
say that. Yeah,
horror.
makes sense when you say it, but ceramic bearings that'd be
Just
fucking
sounds pretty flash.
smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the ceramic theme as well, I just bought a ceramic microwave.
Uh, Explain further.
I don't know. I think the walls of it are like ceramic, so it sort of keeps the fucking radiation in or something.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
Instead of just
Yeah.
what are they normally? Aluminium,
Well,
because
no. So it's
it can't
like
be. Because if you have metal in them, they fucking
yeah, it's just
bzz,
like a
bzz.
glass plate. So mine doesn't have a
Yeah.
turnstile. It's just like you can just put stuff on there. It doesn't spin
Oh,
around.
really?
So maybe the ceramic regulates the heat. I don't know, man.
But what's the inside of a microwave normally? I thought
Um,
it's
well, it's just aluminium. I don't know.
oh
It's some sort of light
yeah,
metal.
it'd be like an aluminium, but it's
Yeah,
coated in like an enamel, so it doesn't get the bzz bzz bzz
yeah. I'd say
going
yeah,
on.
that was right there. I don't know. I'm just saying yeah, but it sounds good.
Because it's definitely like a thin metal inside of a standard microwave.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But if
Because
obviously if you put
threw my other
aluminium
one
in
out.
them, they freak out.
Yeah, no, it's good. You put your lasagna in there and it doesn't get jammed up when it's trying to turn around.
Oh
It's
yeah, because it's a
huge.
rectangle shape. Yeah,
You've
it
got
just
the
sits in
whole
there.
space. Yeah.
Ceramic. I didn't even know that was a thing, bro.
It's the thing now. I've got one, 100%. Yeah. Could be the
Was
first in the world to have one of them.
was it
That pops
exy?
up. Sorry?
Was it exy?
I don't understand
Expensive?
oh, expensive. No, no. Couple $100.
Ah, so it's just like a standard thing.
Yeah, I've got it from Big W. Yeah.
Big W
Yeah.
hooked up with the ceramic.
Yeah, yeah. It was right next to the Guardian section where you get the pots.
Did you buy a pot?
No, that was just a lame joke. It's
Oh,
funnier in my head because it's ceramic pots, No, okay.
it's a stretch.
It was. I had to even explain it. So yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. You know, you just keep throwing shit at the wall.
First joke of the night.
That's
Ooh,
exactly what I was thinking, mate. Just keep
yeah.
throwing shit at the wall. Eventually, something will stick.
Pretty good at that, actually. So yeah. Ooh.
So any plans on the break?
No, so what gossip I got for you? So last break was chili peppers,
We gotta
and
we gotta talk about
oh
that.
my goodness, what a tick on the old box that was.
All right, we'll just talk about it now. I had that down the list. Let's go. But fucking it was good.
It was good. So straight up, the last time they toured a couple of years ago,
We went
John,
together.
yeah, John wasn't in the band.
Yeah.
It was a great gig. They put on a really good performance. The guy that was playing
Doing it.
John's parts, they did it really well. It was cool, but
It wasn't John.
we're OG fans, man.
Yeah, bro.
we need the all four of them. So
Yeah.
so that was couldn't miss this one for sure. Had to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else? So the sound was incredible, man. Like
at
whoever
Optus
engineered it,
at
yeah, at
Optus
Optus,
Stadium.
that was just set up really well. So and like so, yeah, whoever was engineering was just did the best job, man. It was like A1 quality sound. You could hear every player, man. Yeah, it was good, like perfect
People
level.
people say that about their sound system there as well, and like about the acoustics there, like because of obviously they play music during sporting events and shit, and apparently that's really acoustically well designed as well. So it's like primed for a
Yeah.
good sound in there.
Well, it's typical. It's just your typical stadium structure. It's like the oval
Yeah,
shape with the grounds like all the way around. It's sort of like the Colosseum type
yeah.
sort of,
And
sort of.
do they cut that in half for a concert?
Yeah. So the at one end of the ground, so like at the goalpost of the footy field sort of thing,
Yeah,
that's where the stage was.
yeah.
And then everyone was obviously in front of the stage. So all the seating went all the way from the sides of the stage all the way like around like that sort of like auditorium sort of
Oh,
shape.
so they use like 3/4 of the stadium, like long ways.
Yeah, yep,
Oh,
yeah,
I'd pictured it the other way in my head, eh? Yeah,
yeah.
that makes more sense. I'd pictured it like cutting it in half lengthways
Oh yeah, yeah. So
and
like
having like a
wide view.
shallower, yeah, having
Yeah,
like a shallow, yeah, that makes more sense though. Having
yeah.
a deeper auditorium, like
So
a
then
deeper
front of house where they engineer the sound was like smack bang
in
like
the middle in front.
in the middle of the oval. So like the center line sort of
Yeah,
thing.
right.
And then the speakers, like the big speakers, like two giant like towers with like speakers hanging all off them.
Yeah,
Left like either side. Well, actually, there were four sets, two sets either side of front of house.
yeah,
And that was the ones like for general admission. So I was down on the grass there, like
yeah, yeah,
on the oval, right where front of house is. It's my go-to spot
yeah.
for the sound.
Yeah,
And
because they can hear what it sounds like and they're making
that's
sure it sounds good where they're sitting.
it's a good little trick, man. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they enter the sound from there, which is yeah, it makes perfect sense. If you go
Yeah,
see,
it does. Yeah.
like any, watch any artist, you want to be what you're in front of them watching them. So that's where they want,
Yeah.
that's where they want the sound to sound the best. So
Yeah.
and it was it was good, man. Wasn't so packed out. It was like had my own little dance
Well,
area.
because it's a nice big area, hey. Because I've got such mixed emotions about that gig we went to in I think it was 2019, bro, before the pandemic. I got such mixed emotions about it, like being a massive Chili Peppers fan,
Yep.
obviously, wanting like full bucket list item to see them live, and then I think obviously getting older and hadn't been to a gig like a larger gig for years and shit like that. I don't know if you remember, but I had like anxiety in there, bro. I like,
Yep.
yeah, I wasn't comfortable in there, and
Is
and
that
then
like is that stemming from that festival that we went to in Port Helen where you come a crop at that time?
I think it's
You
deeper
know,
than that. I think it's deeper than
deeper
that,
than
bro.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that because I've fully honest, obviously, you know what I'm like. I've fully analyzed it in my head over the last few years. Like, what the fuck's wrong with me? And why do I feel like that? And honestly, I think that I've always had like a social anxiety, but I dealt with it differently when I was younger. Like when I was younger, I just dealt with it with aggression. So you've been to me
Oh
with
yeah.
festivals before, a Jack Johnson
Yeah.
concert where I got in a fight. Like who gets in the
Yeah.
fight? Do you know what I mean? So when
I
I was
do. I
young,
was there. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So when I was younger, I think I still had the same things, but because I was young and I was okay, I was pretty wild when I was younger. So it was more like I just like I'd meet the feeling with aggression.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I'm older, I'm not like about that anymore. I'm pretty, I'm not going to go
Yeah.
out and get in some random public fight. So
So you've never really been like that the whole time I've
no,
known you, really, no.
but so now when I'm feel like now I think I process it more. I'm like, oh, I feel quite uncomfortable in this situation,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
actually have to process it rather than just like getting super drunk and being messy.
Yeah.
So I was super anxious in that because I was like I just felt jammed in this massive crowd of people. I was like, holy fuck, I'm like
Yeah.
a full fucking sardine in a tin right now, which was the one thing that had to deal with it while I was excited to be there watching the Chili Peppers, and then also that massive chunk in the middle of their gig that they played off all new music, and I still have their newer albums and like a lot of the songs off them, but I don't. They're not as recognizable, especially when they're live.
So is that like Stadium Arcadium?
No, no,
What was it
no.
back
They
then?
had So in 2019, they would have had well, obviously Monarchy of Roses, which came out like
Yeah, yeah.
2011. There was another one, so they just released an album before that tour. I can't even remember the name of it right now, and I probably only knew like 3 songs off it or something. But they played like probably a 20-minute chunk of that new
I
stuff.
can't remember that. I was pretty wasted at that gig, but yeah,
Yeah, and I've spoke to other people who've seen them tour recently as well, and they kind of had that same memory that they played
yeah.
a big block of new music in the middle, and everyone was like, "What the fuck's all this?"
They're not really known for doing that. Like they're really well known for like doing a good like set
Mixing it
list
in,
and mixing it right in and
mixing it in.
whatnot,
Yeah,
which they did at
this
this
time.
last one. Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
it was
sweet.
perfect, man, perfect old and new, and like the songs just like flowed like they the outros for their new songs flowed into their like some of their old songs, and then all of a sudden
Yeah,
is on, and then then one of the new ones, and it's just yeah,
maybe that was a learning moment for him in time or whatever, man. Because as I said, I have spoken to a bunch of people who saw him live around that same 1-2 year period where they toured
yep,
sort of that album, and it seemed to just be something that they did. They just played a bunch of new songs in the middle there, and like you say, you've got to mix them in. Like obviously you're going to play your new tracks, like they're your new
yep,
songs, and they're still good. But you want to filter them through. Like people want to still like, oh yeah, I know
yep.
this one, and then you hear, oh, okay, I don't know this one, but you're still feeling it and you're
Their
loving the
fan
vibe.
base is so it spanned the eons, man. Do you know what I mean? Like they've got young
Yeah,
fans and old fans. Like what we've been listening to Chili's for what 20 years longer.
I think the group formed in like late 70s.
Yeah, righto. Because they're
So
all in their 60s now. I think I'm pretty sure
yeah,
they're early 60s.
I'm
Like
trying to remember back to the book. I'm pretty sure it was like 76 or 77, the original, like Flea and Ketis, and then two other
yeah,
dudes, and then like by early 80s or even late 70s, they were basically the Chili Peppers that we know.
yeah.
So like, that's a while, man.
Like that under the bridge film clip, like the video clip, man, is like so 80s. Like just
That's early 90s, huh?
is it early
I
90s?
think so. Between 91 and 93 under
Oh yeah, right.
Blood, Sex, Sugar, Magic. Yeah, but
Like the
still, it's that
just
crossover
like the
period between.
fashion and stuff, and just the way the videos are shot and whatnot like that. It's crazy. Like I must have seen that clip a million times, and every single time it comes on Rage or whatever, or whenever it's on, like you still under the bridge.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good still.
he's like running through the thing. It's like a hell sick film clip,
Yeah,
eh?
yeah, it
Yeah.
holds up. Yeah,
Flea's like doing his thing in the desert there and whatnot, and John is
those
beating him.
those Californication film clips were good too. They were cool. I don't know who produced those, but they were really good.
Yeah, they're all pretty good.
Can you
Like
remember Californication? So yeah, obviously had Scar Tissue, Californication,
Teleportation was like the computer game
2000. Yeah,
sort of computer
yep,
game sort of thing where
yeah.
he's like running. He's always running in his film clips. He's always
He loves
running.
running. Yeah,
Yeah.
that song was the running one. Scar Tissue was like it riding in the Cadillac down the Las Vegas like highway,
Yeah,
that Route
yeah, that's
66
right.
or whatever. Yeah, and Frusciante's at the back playing guitar and shit.
What was
Uh,
another one? What's the one where like gets in the taxi and the taxi driver goes like full skits and like drives him around like a maniac? I think it was By the Way album.
Oh,
I think it's
yeah,
the
I'm not
first
sure.
song off that album. It's gonna bug me now. Can't stop. Can't stop. Addicted to the shindig. Do
Is that?
you know? It's
Oh
like driving like,
yeah, yeah,
taxi.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
They're
That's a good
so
one.
good.
Yeah.
You've seen them twice now, man.
Twice, yeah.
Yeah,
Like it was good. So yeah, had the best time. The sound was good, and I'm always like, that's the first thing. Like first
yeah,
song, I
yeah.
was just like, oh yeah,
We're on.
we're on here. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And obviously they had the big screens and whatnot. I wasn't too close to the front. Getting a bit older now. Don't sort of like pack in.
Don't need to fight for your
I
fucking
don't
for
need
your
to fight
for your
for it, man.
footing.
I'll
Yeah.
sit back with a couple of rows and just have my own little space there where I can, do a
Yeah.
bit of a two-step and,
Yeah.
yeah, it was good. Yeah, and like the venue, man, it's excellent. Optus is a great place. So there was no big packs of humans trying to leave. And, there's like heaps of exits, and they had it really well. Yeah, it was just one of the better gigs I've been to, and I've been to a few. So yeah.
That was one of the things that kind of set me on edge at the ME Stadium as well, bro. You probably don't remember because it didn't probably bother you, but walking in down, there was like one runway onto the
Yeah,
oval. And I
I do
remember
remember that.
I felt like a cattle being like herded in. I was like, holy fuck, there's thousands of us down this like one hallway. Felt like this dude's prodding you. Get in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck. There's no
And
escape.
there were like heaps of like toilets and stuff like that. And what was different this time was the people that had general admission tickets. So the guys that were on the oval on the grass were allowed to mingle with the people in the seating areas in the grandstand.
The
But
plebs were allowed to
the
fraternize
seating
with the
people
upper
weren't allowed to
class.
go down to the grass, but we were allowed to go up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because up in the grandstand is where all the toilets are, where all the bars are. Like it's
Yeah,
fully set up, man.
right.
Like it's all space. Like they've got all their own bars, and it's not like
Yeah,
a
okay.
block of land where they've decided to put a festival on. They got to set up everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
it was just
Obviously,
awesome.
yeah.
Like, went to the toilet, and I was just like, there was like 3 people in there with
Because there's toilets everywhere,
toilets everywhere.
bro. Because that was the other thing about ME. It was like literally, I think it took 15 minutes to go to the toilet and get one beer and come back to claim my spot in the fucking crowd to watch the show.
Trying to navigate through, because remember everything was blocked off and you weren't allowed to go here and you weren't allowed to go there. You had to stick to your area and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I just want to drink and go to the toilet. Like,
yeah,
I got to go through like 20 checkpoints to bloody get there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm missing songs right now.
Yeah. Well, I think I just went for a quick wee. I missed maybe like half of a song. And then other than that, we like sorted out. They had like when we got our drinks, like the trays, just got two trays, like four for 8 drinks. And then I think we smuggled in some bottle of rum. So yeah, we got some like Cokes. There's a Red Rooster in there, so we got like a whole bunch of Cokes, and we're just like having rum and Cokes and stuff. We were smashed by the end of it. It was great.
Doing your thing.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the old the big day out. See, because the big day
out.
I
was going to go there as well.
The one thing about the vodka, but the one thing before we get to that, the one thing the big day out did so well, they remember the D security setup that they had in their big stages after that chick got trampled to death in Sydney that year. They had that there was like a line down the middle, and then there was the security line through the gut. So even though you had like a big swath of people, it was broken up and it seemed manageable.
Yeah, that's always like a good thing, I think.
Yeah, you always knew that even though it was dense, it wasn't like hell expansive. You knew there was like an exit if you needed it somewhere nearby. That was a really good fucking setup. But what you were going to say is when we took the catheters full of vodka in on our thigh. And then we were just buying whatever, like Fanta or fucking lemonade or some shit to mix it with. And then I remember sitting down in some grass drinking area, and we'd been like hitting the tap on the catheter, pour out. It looks like pissing into a bottle. And then I remember like, oh, that's enough. That vodka's pretty much finished. Unstrapping it and walking off, and we left it on the floor like a filthy little littering bastard. And just the looks on these people around us, like, he just dropped like some medical fucking supplies. Out of his pants on the floor.
What's that plastic baggie full of like watery liquid that just come out of the bottom of your pants?
Just disgusted in it. Yeah.
I remember when we were just filling up and people would walk past and like, what are you doing?
Looks like you're pissing in a bottle. Yeah.
Like,
got the thigh up.
Yeah. I got the thigh up with the like.
I'm pretty sure we poured a couple of people a drink.
Yeah, with the tap.
Like, you got a fan of there? Give me a soft drink, and just top up some vodka out the old catheter. There you go, get some of that in here.
Times I've told that story over the years when it's just like come up like that.
So that must have been the year, because we only went to one big day out together. Obviously, we went to fucking probably all of them. I went to every big day out from 2000 on for years. that was the only one we went together to. So I know that Lowrider were there,
Lowrider. I
which was
think
one of
Was
just
Rage there
fucking
that year?
nah, bro, because I missed Rage. That was the first year I worked underground. That was 2008. I missed that one.
Oh yeah, okay. So who was headlining?
Tool,
Oh, Muse, was it?
Tool,
Tool and Tool and Muse, I think maybe it was then.
maybe. I think it might have been Tool, but yeah, for sure.
Tool definitely, yeah. I've seen Tool that big day out. Whether or
Yeah,
not it was one, yeah.
yeah.
I've been to so many as well, man. They
That
just,
was so good. Yeah, they kind of melded together. I still have a memory of 2005 Metallica. First time I saw Metallica, I've seen them twice. I'm privileged to enough to have seen them twice, but I saw them at Big Day Out, and that was the first time I ever sat down and watched a gig. And it was always in the mosh pit, or if it
yeah.
wasn't a mosh pit, I was just always at the front in the fucking crowd, you know.
Mhm.
And I'd lost everyone. They were obviously the last band of the night, so it was like whatever, fucking 8:30 at night or some shit. Lost everyone. This was like I probably had a mobile phone with like credit on it back then, you know, and I didn't have any credit. Like you didn't just always have a phone on you. You know what I mean? Like you had to
Yeah,
have. So I had couldn't phone anybody, out of money, lost
yeah.
everyone. No more. I had no more money for alcohol, and I'd had one joint left in my pocket, and I was like
Oh,
all beat up from the day because it was a big day and shit, you know, big day out. And Metallica were coming on. I was like, fuck it. Lost everyone. I got no money. I got no phone. I got
bringing it.
one joint left in my pocket. I'm not like, I didn't have it in me to be in the fucking mosh pit. So I was like, I'm obviously not missing Metallica. And they had those limestone steps at the back of that grassed opening at
Yeah,
the main
yeah, yeah, I
stage
remember
at
that.
Big Day.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I sat up on the back steps there and lit up a joint. And that obviously, a few little floaters came in around and, hey,
yeah,
man, how you doing? Made a couple of friends. And I watched them from that back vantage, and I was like, holy fuck, because I got to see the whole show, man, like which
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'd never done before. You always like watch those gigs while fighting for your fucking life. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you experience them when you're in the front few rows, you don't watch them. So I actually got to watch it, and they were like, being Metallica, they were so fucking good. Like they were just perfect.
How good
30
of a
plus
player.
years of
Yeah,
not just music but performing live. They've been a live band their whole career. So they sounded like as close to CD quality as you can in an
yeah.
open fucking
A
area
real
like that.
band, a
Yeah,
real.
bro.
That's what
And
they used to do, man. Like
yeah,
the
and
live
stage
shows. That,
presence and everything, and
yeah,
just watched them going, holy fuck, like stoned off my and no mates around distract me. I was just like,
yeah,
it changed live music for me. I was like, holy fuck, this is a thing you can do. Like you can
yeah,
sit back and watch it and enjoy it. And I think after that I went and saw ACDC, and we in the seated section and did the same sort of thing. They were good, but they were nothing on the same level as Metallica. But just it was
yeah.
so I distinctly remember that as my first experience, like watching a live show rather than being at a live show in amongst it, kind of thing. It was fucking really cool, man.
Yeah, no, I definitely know what you're saying. I sort of found my happy medium because I can't, as you know, I can't do seating,
I
man.
know.
For it to be a successful night for me, and like for me to be able to tick that box, I have to experience the vibe of like the dance or whatever's going on. I need to be
Yeah.
down there. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. I know
But
what you mean.
but back so you can still watch and stuff. And like with these big screens they have these days, it's so good, man. Like everything's on there. You probably catch more of the show watching the screens than if you're trying to watch
Yeah. The stage.
the stage.
Yeah.
Like because the cameramen they're onto it. Like it's a full profession, man.
Yeah.
Like to
Yeah.
capture all the solos and who's coming in next. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome. So yeah, you do definitely get to appreciate it a lot more. I think when
So
you're
you
just
found your spot, which is
yeah,
on the ground, but back near that sound desk.
yeah.
That's
I
that
still have to
front of
be in
house.
like I'm at a gig. You know what I mean? I can't be
Yeah.
sitting there like, oh yes, this is a great show. I'm just going to sit back here and study the band. Like yeah, if I walk away from that doing that, and I was just like, oh, it just felt didn't. I'm not complete, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
funny
got to be
because
general admission.
It's funny because as I said, I did the Metallica, I did that AC/DC from up in the grandstand, seated, loved it. Went with Emma's parents. Actually, me and Tony smuggled goon bags in the front of our pants, and drinking goon bags all night. But and then Metallica, I went to I can't remember what year it was. It might have been 2010. When they played at the Round at the Entertainment Center, I think. But the round stage that they
Oh yeah.
so like the crowd, well, the crowd, it doesn't spin, but the crowd's all the way around it, not in front of it. So it's a 360-degree crowd.
But the stage doesn't turn.
No, stage doesn't turn.
People behind that doesn't.
They move around. The drummer's in the middle of the stage, and the other band like roam around and look at different parts of the crowd. So you do see their backs sometimes, but then other times they're like fucking. So obviously you increase the amount of people that get front row fucking experience. It's a 360 experience. So that's the Round, and
the Round.
Yeah, and we'd purchased seated tickets, and a week beforehand, I remember my mate calls me up and he goes, "Oh, bro," I don't know if you remember Jamie. He goes, "Oh man, my mate, like, he wants to swap tickets." Like, I was going with Jamie. He goes, "He really wants to go in the seated, and like, I want to swap tickets and go down to the mosh pit and shit." And I was like, "Oh, all right, man. Yeah, no worries. All right, we'll swap tickets." So we swapped with him and his mate, gave them our seated tickets, and we went down in standing. And it was a good decision because we ended up like 3 rows from the front, just full fucking like James Hetfield's nearly spitting on you when he when he's singing, bro, because it is an intimate like setup. The Round, that's why they do it like that. You don't have 10 meters between the crowd and the stage. You've got like just a walkway for the security, and then the stage is right there.
I've gotcha.
Yeah, it was fucking cool, man. But again, I definitely didn't.
I think you touched on what like I was trying to explain was like it's that intimacy. Doesn't matter like if you're in a round or if you're just there, but you got to be. Yeah, I'm not one for seating.
We were in it, but then to give you the contrast, bro, I definitely don't remember the show, and I didn't appreciate the music in the same way I did when I sat at the back and watched them. So same band, few years apart, but like I enjoyed the experience and it was fucking awesome, and I'm glad that I did it like that. But then I fully remember sitting back and watching them and soaking the whole show in. So there's two completely different experiences,
Yeah,
so they're both. I think they're both valuable. Yeah, I know what you're saying, and your just your personality. Yeah, I fully get that. That's the way you want to experience it. But there's something to be said for both contrasts, I suppose.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I think like I study. If it's a band that you love, you know all the songs, you've studied the albums, you know every note and every word and whatnot. You've done that listening to the albums over however many years you've been listening to that band.
Yeah.
So then I'm not looking for that when I go to the live show. I'm looking for that live experience down in the pit. Like,
well, here's a question for you, because we went to Eminem together, and we were in seated.
Yeah.
But everyone stands up, and we still felt part of the show as well, eh? Like on a different level. We weren't in full nosebleeds, but we were in the seated. But it was still,
not a good gig. But I do remember. I think I was even like maybe, I said it a few times. Oh, fuck, how do we get down there with them?
Yeah, you did
remember that. I was hassling you out, like, how do we get down there? And you're just like, look, we didn't see it. I'm just like, I wasn't comfortable at all. Plus, the sound there was the worst sound. Remember, it was all echoey, and it was like a delay. It was like a second delay. The whole bloody gig was like.
It was a bit of a I do remember that.
We could sort of. Now you say all the songs and stuff, we could sort of counteract.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was terrible, man.
But what? That's not his fault. That's the fucking venue and the engineer's fault. But what Eminem did write what I thought was pretty cool because he's got so many songs and everyone wants to hear what they want to hear. Remember, he did all those medleys.
Yeah, man.
That was
Yeah.
pretty cool. That obviously
Yeah.
you wouldn't want like the Chili Peppers to do a medley, but for him it really worked. He did like 3 songs in one hit, so he'd do one verse, one chorus, change song straight away, one verse, one chorus, change song, one verse, one chorus. So in the space of one song, he'd cover like 3 hits. So you get to sing along. Everyone knows the verses and shit. So you get to rap along to like one of his verses and one of his choruses of one of your favorite songs. And then he's into another one, and you're just like, I don't need to hear all 3 verses. I got the vibe of it. I got the feeling. That was fucking cool. You got a lot of material to cover. And then he gave.
You're not waiting for a guitar solo or whatever, it's like it's beat based. You can just chop and change.
Yeah. It was, and he knows what the best verses are of each song as well. So
highlight of that gig was Lighters, Bruno Mars song.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone got their lighters out, and the whole stadium was just like, I don't know, like lights everywhere. It was it was awesome. It's one of those like
it wouldn't work anymore because everyone's fucking vaping.
Yeah.
These kids with their vapes.
I started the vape thing yesterday, actually, talking about that.
Yeah.
So went and bought some disposable vapes. And when I go back into work this swing.
What do you mean disposable vapes?
So, vaping, like you got to fill your juice up and like you got to like mix nicotine in there. So you're getting your nicotine and whatever. And then you got to change the coils out that like heats it up and whatever. Like it's a whole
service it.
Yeah, you got to like service that shit like on the daily, man. And that's like too much for me. Like
daily.
Yeah, you always got to clean your vape and make like it's a real fucking like there's something that's killing you.
Yeah.
A lot of work into it, man. Like,
it's killing you softly, eh?
Yeah.
Giving you the old Fuji's treatment.
So I couldn't do it, man. It was just too much. It was just like, fuck, I could roll a cigarette and half the time I can fill my vape up every day. And you got to make sure it's charged or whatever and whatnot, the batteries. And it's just a head fuck, man, for a real smoker, like these like fucking young
tourists.
Like, that just think it's cool and shit like that. They love it because they're like, it's like a thing for them, what I mean? Like,
they're just loving that plume of fucking bubblegum smoke they're blowing.
Yeah, I'm just like, I can't do all that, man. I need to hit a fucking nicotine now. Let's get a Barry out of the pack.
Yeah.
But anyway, at work, like I don't smoke at home, which is strange, hardly ever. So it's just when I'm at work, I think it's like a boredom thing. I'm always like just charring Barry's, man, like more and more actually. So with the vape, I'm thinking, just go the vapes. Just got the nicotine in there. It's not all the other poisons and stuff like that. And actually, what I'm doing is I'm just chasing that little nicotine hit. So I'm rolling a durry, having a few drags, and then just like flicking it out, and then half an hour later, roll another one, have a few drags.
Yeah.
The vape, I could just have that quick.
The hit. So
it's
a disposable. But you never explained the disposable part to me.
So it's after like 5,000 puffs, you just throw it out. It runs out, and that's it. It's just gone.
Oh, okay. So it's full. It's full. How long does that last? A week or?
So so just over a week. So it was $20 for one, and that'll last me a week.
And you're off the cigarettes?
Well, this is what I'm saying. This is going to happen when I go back to work. So I can't really test it now because I don't smoke while I'm at home.
Yeah, right.
So once I go back to work, I'll have a.
Because how many packs do you smoke a week when you're at work?
So a 50-gram pouch of tobacco is $110 ish.
Yeah.
And that'll last me about a week and a half.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks.
And this thing's $20.
This is $20 and it will last about a week.
Yeah, righto. So you've fucking more than halved your output.
If this is the thing and it happens, then
all the boys at work are smoking them, mate. Dudes that didn't even smoke 6 months ago are now sucking on the robot dick. It's like, what the fuck? You didn't even smoke cigarettes, and then
Well, I think it became like a trend sort of thing. Like, I don't know.
But I tell
Like,
you, I like it. But I like it because even though I'm pretty sure it's not good for you, I like it because I go to the gym in the morning and then come straight to work. And then these dudes are sitting there at 6 o'clock in the morning, sucking on darts. And I'm like, oh, holy fuck.
it's
It's
fucking gross, man. I hate
it's
smoking cigarettes.
6:08 a.m. and I just came from the gym and now I'm sniffing fucking tobacco smoke. It's
Yeah.
gross. And
And
now
then
they're
like
like,
ashing everywhere,
yeah,
and then
bro. Well, they got to have
your,
fucking
like,
little
your
little things.
butts and you stink.
But
It's like
but
the
now it's
worst.
like, and a big plume of smoke comes past me like, fucking raspberry. it's yeah, it's not as bad. Oh, you've frozen up.
Crunch with blueberry hang.
Oh, you
Yeah.
froze up then.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right. You're moving again now. So you got your skateboard, bro. You're not going to break your arm. Oh, you're frozen again.
No, I was just playing. Yes, gotta laugh.
You're not going to break your arm on this skateboard.
No. So that was because I was like trying to do cool stuff, like went in the skate park there. This is
bro.
just a longboard.
You know, that was nearly a year. That was nearly a year to like, it was probably like 11 months ago. Oh,
February,
it was March, bro. It was like early to mid March we went down.
Oh, was it? I thought it was end of late Feb.
No,
Yeah,
it was March.
around that time. Yeah, nearly a
So I
year.
picked up the canopy and shit and drove back down. So, what's going on here? Hang on a sec, mate. What's low battery? Hang on, I'm just getting something that's telling me I'm low battery. Wait 1 second. I'm going to plug my phone in.
Copy that. Got a charger for you. Plug it. Okay.
Guess who's back? Yeah, so that was like whatever, a year ago. And yeah, you broke your arm. There was the last
haven't ridden that skateboard since.
Fuck that skateboard. It was the last
stupid ass surf skate.
It was the last run of the bowl too, bro. You were like, I'm just gonna do one more. Yeah. I'm just gonna go for one more run. And then obviously came off. We won't go into the details of it, but I've thought about it. I've thought about it a few times, man, and I feel like my first aid was pretty piss poor
it wasn't really first aid. It was more like second aid, wait a bit aid.
Well, I had to go get the car, remember, because we'd skated down to the skate park. So I had to leave you there and go home and get the car.
Yeah, skate back,
get the car. And thinking about it, we probably should have splintered your arm so it was isolated. I was thinking because I just did my first aid recently and I was like, oh yeah, broken arm. I should have splintered Eli's arm when he fucking broke it. But my tactic was which didn't work. By the way, my tactic was I'm just gonna like stay really cool and calm because you were obviously quite distressed. I was like, I'll just gonna stay super calm and like we were in a situation that we were already in. Like we couldn't get where we were going any faster. And I was like, I'm just going to try and be cool and hope it rubs off. But it did not rub off on you. And I was like, fuck, I don't think I did a great job.
I think that's maybe what made me a little bit like once I realized, oh wow, Dave's been really cool, calm, and collective here. He could be getting his it could pick up the pace here a bit. I think that's what I was starting.
It went opposite.
Right.
It went
So
opposite.
you get to the hospital. Let's just like go to the hospital. Like,
well, yeah. And I got the vibe that you were feeling that, but like we were in like it was small town traffic. Like we couldn't. There was single lane traffic with cars in front of us and stoplights. It was like 60 k's an hour the whole way there. So
I felt like every. Like
we got every stoplight. We got we literally got every single red light.
But in my mind, it was like orange, and I'm like, just punch the orange, and it just stopped.
Well, there's cars in front of us, bro. So what I was trying to do was like,
I broke it up. I was like,
I was trying to drive smoothly, so that
that's right. Yeah.
So it wasn't like hitting the brake and the accelerator and like jolting you around. But as I was driving, I was like, he's not digging this. Like, what's happening?
Just burn it to the hospital, bro.
I know, bro. You were thinking that because you were kind of like
Yeah.
heightened and like obviously in a lot of pain. But honestly, I didn't have much option except to stick behind the fucking cars that were there. It wasn't like it's a dual highway you can fang around people and shit like that.
Like, I'm totally.
So
your
I was
story
like,
checked out. It was just like in my mind, I'm playing. I know. Yeah. I'm like, is this guy for real?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I realized that like I felt like all I can do here is try and be really cool and not brake harshly and just try and talk calmly to him. But then I'm thinking, I figured it out on the way there. I was like, he's getting the like feeling that I'm not taking it seriously. It's not working. My tactic's not working.
I'm just glad that we were in like Busso, not like in the city or something like that. It was just like around the corner to the hospital.
It still took us 20 minutes or something to get there, bro. So yeah, that was I have thought about that several times since. I'm like, fuck off.
I do the drill, but like so many times, like the amount of bones I've broken and been to the hospital. They tried to like put me in a wheelchair and stuff. And I was just like, look, where's the place I need to go to like see a doctor, get this x-ray and get some painkillers into me?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, well, we need to go down here. I'm like, sweet. And just like strolled off, like ran down like, into the emergency ward. This lady's just standing there with like a wheelchair, like, okay.
And it was still full COVID times and shit too. I couldn't even come in. I had to drop you off out the front like a fucking I had to just drop you off out the front.
Yeah.
See you, mate. Good luck.
Yeah, they put me in like a little COVID thing right at the front. But I think if you're emergency, like, and it's an emergency, they just like punch you through. So I went straight through.
Yeah. But I wasn't allowed in. I just had to drop you off.
You missed me on the whistle. That would have, and then I got the whistle like off Bondi Rescue.
Yeah. I spoke to you when you were on the whistle.
Yeah, I like the whistle. That was cool.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it wasn't the ideal situation. That was my tactic anyway, was to remain calm and try and present a calm persona.
Probably one of the better broken bone first aid experiences. Yeah. Usually I'm in the middle of nowhere and it's like 3-hour drive and you got to like climb a mountain or something first with like a leg and like blood just pouring out of you. And, just terrible.
Yeah. Well, I think I've learned from it anyway. Isolate the broken bone and at least give the person the illusion that we're getting us there, where we're going as quickly as we can.
Yeah, the illusion. That's the word. Yeah.
I went the opposite direction, bro. I was like, "It's all right, bro. Just relax, breathe." And you were just thinking, "Shut the fuck up and get me to the fucking hospital."
Do you want me to drive? I'll get there.
Yeah, it kind of ruined the old fucking yearly catch up, man. We would like had this fucking little boys trip, fucking down to Busso.
We had a good couple of days.
I think we had a day, bro.
Well. It happened at the end, didn't it? Pretty much like the last afternoon of the last night.
Nah, it was so we had one day there, the first day, and we had a bit of a pub crawl the first day, and it was like the next morning. We were going to go and do something.
We were bailing that next day.
So we had 3 days down there, and it happened in the morning of the second day. So,
what did I spend like 3 or 4 hours in the hospital? Pumped me full of painkillers.
You were there most of the day, bro. We didn't go to the pub that night. Nah, you were there. So you were probably at the hospital by 10 or 11 in the morning and didn't pick you up till like fucking 4 in the arvo.
Oh.
And then we just had Chinese that night, watched movies, smoked weed, and then you got picked up the next day. So we went on a pub crawl the first day we got there. We hung out on the jetty and then went on a pub crawl through Busso that first day. And then this happened on the second day.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
So like the year before you came up to Headland, when I just bought the Ranger and we went camping up at Cleverville, when you were attacked by a shark viciously.
Yeah. Fucking tiger sharks, man. Eh? So lucky. Not often you swim into a den of tiger sharks and swim out of it. just like,
I
yeah,
still, I
just give me
still.
a kiss. Just give me a kiss.
Sometimes I just stop and think about that,
It was the
and just
loveliest tiger
start
shark I've ever
laughing. And
met.
I've never seen you freak out before. I just wasn't ready for it.
I was like, what? I was terrified. I think
I
that's what.
know. I
Yeah,
know.
I was like fully terrified.
I sure could have done.
I thought I was going to get eaten by. It was like my worst fear, man.
I
Getting
know.
eaten by another animal or getting burnt alive.
I
Like you
know.
don't want to go either of those ways.
I
Like,
know. I wasn't ready for it. And he started freaking out. It was so funny. I just, I think back on that fondly quite often, and just, holy fuck.
And how's the phone call conversation like as we're leaving as well? Like, oh my god,
The phone, which with
with all
Kane
day.
saying, "Don't go diving there. I see sharks all the time."
Don't go diving there. The last three times I pulled my crab nets, there were tiger sharks attached to the bottom. Like I was just like, oh my god, Dave.
Oh fuck! It
Yeah,
was so funny. I'm sure it was a turtle that hit you,
I
bro.
cheated death that day.
Yeah,
I cheated death that day.
killer turtles. Yeah, that was
No,
so good.
it was a tiger shark, just a friendly one. It was just giving me a friendly kiss on the knee.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. But that was the trip before, and then there was broken arm trip last time. So I'm wondering if we're going to do something this year.
Oh yeah, I could schedule something in. Pretty sure, you know. Yeah.
I don't know
Plenty
if
of
you,
options there.
I don't know if you're willing to come up to the Pilbara when it's in the middle of the year, when it's nice.
Right.
We go for a night or two camping trip somewhere good.
Yep.
When it's not, it was still fucking 38 degrees or some shit that weekend we went out.
Somewhere with like dolphins, not tiger sharks.
Well, I thought there's some inland spots, bro, with natural springs around here we could go to, with like beautiful crystal clear waters and
yeah, I'm down for that.
Natural spring and an oasis in the middle of the desert, bro, like a proper oasis. There's a place called Running Waters that's fucking
cool.
mint, no sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Just do like a Mick, you, me, Mick, Shady, like a little boys trip, because obviously the Ute's fully rigged out for camping now, so got the spare swag there. If you came for it, that'd be fucking good, man.
I'm down always.
Down, nice.
What other goss you got?
I don't know. What music what new music you listening to?
Well, Mardi Gras on TV. I've been sort of watching that. These guys are they're entertaining, man.
Yeah, but
I thought you would have had your fishnets on and your heels.
Nah, I lost them.
Mardi Gras weekend, Dave.
Yeah, no, I know. My neighbours have got a Mardi Gras party tomorrow night. They invited us to, but I'm not going. But what real music you listening to?
Okay, so I've been doing a bit of Winston Surfshirt.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yep. Really? Nothing that you like. No, I haven't been listening to any country. So
I listen to more than country.
I just had to say that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Who have I got? I'll have to check my recent things. I can't just.
There's no real big standouts. Nothing amazing's popped out recently. Nothing's changed your life.
No,
neither. I've been doing a lot of the. I sent you that couple of songs of them the other day. Shane Smith and the Saints.
I like that.
I like them. I'm really digging them lately. And some hip hop. I'm doing some white boy hip hop lately as well. Guys like Webby,
right.
Chris Webby.
Chris Webby. I think I worked with him once.
Sounds like a normal dude, hey. Sounds like a bloke.
That sound like totally
sounds like a bloke from high school.
Like George Foreman.
Yeah. Chris Webby, he's real good, dude. He's like I suppose he's like an Eminem influenced rapper, but he's his own rapper in his own right. He's been around for many, many years. He's cool. There's some other Southern dudes I've been listening to. There's a guy named Mercules. He's actually Canadian. He's a white rapper. He's pretty
Mercules.
Yeah, he's pretty sick.
Mercules.
It's just spelt the same as Hercules, but with an M.
With an M.
Hercules.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Hercules. Merc. He's a Canadian rapper. He's pretty sick. There's a guy called Jelly Roll. Terrible name. Good rapper. He's a full Southern guy.
Hercules was terrible.
Yeah.
Jelly
Roll. Yeah, Southern guy. There's some really cool Southern rappers. They're actually all sort of in that Yellow Wolf circle. You know Yellow Wolf?
Yeah. So is he white?
Yeah, he's that white cat.
Yeah,
white Southern cat. Yeah. That
he did he did a song with Travis Barker. Yeah.
Eminem signed him years ago.
Yeah,
but he's not an Eminem style. He's like full Southern rap. Yeah, there's some pretty cool Southern rappers I'm into at the moment. What dudes?
Yeah, I haven't done much rap lately. What did I see that was really good recently? Oh, okay, so not your thing anymore, but Triple J's like a version this week was Smith Street's band.
Oh yeah.
Covered Alanis Morissette's what's the song? Got one hand in my pocket
and the other one smoking a cigarette.
Or a high five or waving a taxi.
Giving a high five. Waving a taxi. Yeah, what song is that? What's it called? Yeah, I know the song.
Yeah. Anyway. Did a really good version, real good like a version. Smith Street Band.
Like a version is probably the one thing I'd still be interested in from Triple J.
It's such a good concept, I love it. Yeah. It's awesome. And
it definitely. I mean, you may not agree with this, but for me, started to get watered. The quality of it started to get watered down over the last couple of years, before I stopped sort of listening. But you still get those gems. Like you just get like the Smith Street Band's doing Alanis Morissette. That sounds fucking awesome to me.
You're right.
They started getting a lot of millennials on there doing stuff that didn't click with me.
People that sort of haven't earned their stripes yet, and they give them getting a chance at like a version, and then
doing a poor job, especially because they're clearly not live artists.
Yeah. Well, that's where we're at.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But still, you still get those fucking gems. You always got the gems on there. And the concept,
I was quite surprised that no one had actually covered Alanis Morissette previously, because she really Jagged Little Pill. What an album, man.
Yeah. Good album. Yeah. She was gangster back in the 90s.
Yeah, she was gangster, man.
Yeah, she was wicked.
Flea played on a few of those tracks as well.
That's right.
Yeah, Flea played bass on half that album.
Yeah.
Well, that could be a lie. Definitely a couple of tracks.
Some songs. That was a
and you can tell, when you listen to it and Flea's in there, you can just tell, oh my god,
that was a nugget of a little musical nugget I'd forgotten about.
Yeah. So she was when it was No Doubt, Alanis Morissette, Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Deep
in the mid-90s.
Yeah.
There was Cranberries kicking around. There was fucking all those sorts.
Sublime.
They were kind of like the aftermath of grunge. There was this. I
think they're all West Coast as well.
I think
in Hollywood. They all live right near each other and stuff like that.
There was I suppose it's pop in hindsight, but it was kind of like an undisclosed sort of post-grunge kind of scene that came out.
Yeah.
Especially on the West Coast.
And it was good, man.
It was good. Yeah.
Wholesome. Yeah.
Even Hole.
Hole.
Yeah.
Did all right.
It was good. Yeah.
Was that Celebrity Skin or something?
Yeah, Celebrity Skin was the big album. Yeah.
Yeah, Hole were good.
Yeah.
Hole
Garbage. Remember Garbage?
Garbage? Yeah. They were good.
What did they call that music? I suppose they just called it alternative back then.
Well,
it definitely wasn't grunge anymore.
Different grungy
roots. It was like popified grunge.
Pop grunge, maybe.
But they called it
indie grunge.
Yeah. Or alternative or something like that. They called it, I think.
I think it works alternatives, so you've got alternative rock and roll, which is your rock and roll chords and your rock and roll
timing
structure. The structure of the song is rock and roll. And then you've got the alternative swing on it with the melodies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you go one step further, which is indie. So, and indie is like just another extension of alternative where it's really individual.
Yeah.
It's not just like alternative is like a few players, a few bands all doing the same sort of sound.
Yeah.
But then you got the next step is indie.
Well,
and
strictly speaking, indie's obviously supposed to be independent artists.
Individual.
Isn't it supposed to be independent?
No, indie is short for individual. So it's like it's
Really?
just your style, like individual, like it's indie. It's just, you know, there's only one band.
It's not supposed to be independent.
Don't think so, bro. So like you can say Chili Peppers are a bit indie because there's no other band like Chili's. They're an individual band. Yeah.
Right. They definitely created a crossover genre that other people have done, though. No one's made it big like them. So funk rock is like a genre now, but that was what Chili's fucking created.
Well, it's a hard mix because funk is usually it's a side shoot from jazz, and then rock and roll and jazz are completely different. Even the structures of like how the music is made and whatnot. Yeah.
When this podcast comes out, the opening song, because I use the program now, it's a website and an app. I've got a subscription to it. It's called Epidemic Music, and it's all independent art. They own the rights to all the music on this website, and they're full artists and bands. There's thousands of them, but they're not. But they have as I said, they have the rights to all the music. So you subscribe to it, you can use all the music on that website for all your own content,
like sampling and stuff. And
I could play the whole fucking song out, because you've got rights to the content because you've paying for your subscription. So you're not going to find. You actually can find some of these bands on Spotify, but they're not exclusive to any other recording artists or anything. These guys have the rights to their music, and you can buy it off them essentially. So there's some really good fucking musicians on there, bro. Like really good musicians on there.
Yeah.
Heaps of different genres. There's everything on there. Every genre that you find out in the fucking normal market, you'll find on there. And I'll go on there and get my because I used to use songs that I liked. I'd play like just under a minute of that song as my intro. Well, that's a bit shady. You can't actually really do that. So I went away from that, and now I can play out the whole song if I want, or I can just play 1 minute and fade it out. And what I'll do is I'll come up with, sometimes I'll just find a title to a song that I like. And if I like the song as well, then I'll just choose that song for no reason. Or sometimes I'll try and find a song that suits a certain topic or a genre or whatever. So for tonight, I've found a band that I feel are like Red Hot Chili Peppers inspired, because I knew we were going to talk about Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
So when you hear it, the song that brings us in as the intro is a funk rock band that the rights have been sold for their music that are owned by Epidemic Music, and they've got a bunch of songs on there. So they're not the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but you'll hear it and you'll go, oh yeah, I can fully hear the Red Hot Chili Peppers influence on from this band.
What are you doing with these songs?
My intro. It's my intro.
So to the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've gotcha. Yeah.
So every podcast I've done, I bring in with like about at least a minute worth of music and then fade it out.
Is that's post editing, obviously, because I didn't get an intro today. I didn't get
on music. A Zoom podcast like this. That'll be post editing intro. Usually when I do them just in someone sit next to me, or I'm doing it on my own, I'll have that pre-recorded on GarageBand, and then I'll just start the podcast from the end of the song.
Yeah. So I missed out my big introduction.
But you'll hear it. You'll hear it when you listen back.
Celebrity guest, Eli King.
Eli, the Shogun King. But hear it, listen to it, and tell me what you reckon. If you reckon you can hear the Red Hot Chili Peppers influence, because I've done that with a few other bands where I've been speaking about a certain band on the show, and then I've tried to find another band that I think is influenced or sounds like that band. It's pretty. It's a good, fun little game for me, man. And there's some great fucking music on there, bro. Really cool music on there. The proper musicians. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I like when we share music. Always like comes with it is like a little. What is it like when you read the back of a book? Is it the blurb or the?
Yeah.
You know, it's like a little explanation of like what you're going to get, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which makes it easier to understand, like on the wavelength that that person is trying to
Sell it to you on.
like, sell it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always helps. Yeah.
You're not just coming in
Sometimes it's like,
cold.
what the hell is this? And
Yeah,
then you,
because when you listen to something, it depends on the mood that you're in as well.
yeah,
So if you have been listening to fucking if I've been listening to a lot of hip hop or metal or something like that, then you tell me about some fucking indie folk fucking band you've been listening to cold, and then I'll
yeah,
fucking go straight and listen to it. I'll be like, what the fuck?
yeah.
This is not. If you
Or
tell me,
country, for example.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. You give me the background and what you've been getting from it, then I can go,
yeah,
oh, okay. Then I'll
yeah.
wait.
And you vibe with it.
Then I'll also wait till I'm in the right zone to listen to that. I won't go
Yeah,
straight from fucking the gym where I listen to fucking metal and hip hop and shit like that, and then like, oh yeah, I'll try that fucking that new that new fucking folk fucking indie band that fucking Eli was telling me about. I'll like go wait till I'm cooking some dinner at home and I'm in a chilled out. It's like, oh, I'm gonna chuck that band on that Eli told me about because I feel like in that zone, and I'll put it on and go, oh yeah, no, I fucking get it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. If I hear like, or you send music or people send music to me while I'm at work, it sucks, man, because like I want to listen to it, but I want to wait till I get home. So I'm in that environment. I can listen to it on like a good sound system and like really give it a good shot.
Yeah.
Instead of just like, oh, what's this? They want to listen to, and it's like on your phone trying to listen to like some stuff.
Yeah, no, it doesn't really work, does it?
Yeah, it's
Especially like
painful.
with me, I'm really lyrical driven as well. So it's like you got to hear what they're
Yeah.
saying and shit. And yeah.
Ah.
What's the time, brother?
So we're looking at 8
10
minutes
o'clock.
past 10 o'clock.
So we've gone for about an hour.
So, well, the time is 10 past 8. I don't know when we started.
Yeah, about 8 past 9.
No. Hang on. Math fact sheet. Yep. Copy that.
There you go. Well, I reckon we might wrap it up, bro.
I think we've done pretty well. I'm
Yeah.
impressed with myself this time.
You've done well.
Yeah.
It's the cafe.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
It's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah.
I'm glad I found this little tweak.
What's over? Oh, it is a cafe latte. Yeah. The doodling over there.
There's like a fucking coffee machine behind us and then like a toaster or some shit.
Hey, is that some probably sparkling water
Where?
there? Put
You're
that in your
pointing to a pot plant, as far as I can see.
Oh, really? So if I go like that,
Oh, sparkling water behind your head. Yeah.
there.
That's pot plant now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so strange.
So what about that? If I am I pointing to the coffee?
No, you're pointing at the stairs.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what's up there?
So that's the coffee.
That's the coffee right there. And what's that behind it? Is that it's a coffee machine or is that a fish tank?
A fucking toaster or something.
That's a big toaster. What's that? A whole loaf, toast a whole loaf of
It
one.
says Zoom coffee on it, so it's a coffee machine. Some sort. I like this. We'll choose a different background next time we do it.
Yeah, really like Mortal Kombat, like those, like the imagine that man, like or what's another good one?
Fight. Finish him.
Yeah, yeah, like you fall like halfway through the podcast, like fall through the floor
down to a different setting. How cool would that be? Yeah, my editing skills are not that fucking sophisticated. Oh, look, robot dick.
That's really. I'm spewing. I don't have like a special thing where.
Is that? Can you see the microphone now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Robot dick. Ah.
Sort of like cuts into your neck. You've had like half a neck the whole podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because to me, I can. Yeah, it's not. I want to do that when I lean over. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know how that mirror thing works. You think we'd be seeing the same thing. So like if I'm pointing at the sparkling water, you think you'd be able to see that.
Yeah, so if I look like that, I should be looking at you. But you're saying I'm looking the opposite way.
Yeah, but it works for me. So like when I go to look at you,
that's looking the opposite way.
So you're the opposite way.
So when I do that, am I looking at you?
You're looking at me now. And when so now we're looking at each other.
Yeah, but I'm actually looking away. I'm looking away from you on the screen.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fucked up.
it is.
That's
Backwards,
yeah,
backwards, man.
backwards, man. The
Oh, my
backwards.
shirt that I got. Eight
Happy
bucks.
Herbert and Sons.
$8 from Big W.
They've just approved the first lot of clinical trials for psilocybin mushrooms
Mushrooms.
in WA, bro, at Fiona
Yeah,
Stanley. They're going to take on 60 patients.
yeah. Well, it's a
That's
good
fucking
trip.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
So fucking good. And WA, I thought we'd be the last to do it.
Down south, down in bloody.
That's where they're getting them from, the Southwest, bro.
Um, there's like some.
Everywhere. Everywhere
It's
down
like
there.
Nanup or something like that, or down that way. Yeah,
Everywhere down there.
that
Loving it.
area. I'm getting them just growing in the lawn, like every now and then a little mushroom will sprout, but not a magic one.
Ah,
Obviously, there was no like magic fairy dust on it or whatever.
yeah, whatever.
Talking about mushrooms,
Mm,
for my birthday, which was in August,
mm,
I got given 2 chocolates, which were mushy chocolate, mushy edibles.
mm.
And in my mind, I thought they just like melted some chocolate, buzzed up some mushrooms, and then mixed it in. But it wasn't mushroom particles in the chocolate. It was like maybe like an oil or the butter or something. I don't know
Oh yeah.
how that works, but it was just like
An extract. Yeah.
nice, like nice chocolate.
Couldn't taste mushroom, yeah.
Yeah, and like the best mushy high I've ever had. It was not that I've had a bad one, but it was like awesome.
Intense or like smooth?
No, so yeah, so like clean, like you're in control, but it was just everything was just a bit more,
Cool.
yeah, like the colors were like vivid and stuff, and it was real like laughy, sort of happy time sort of one.
Yeah, we'll get
Yeah,
some more of those chocolates for
yeah,
sure.
and like powerful. I had half of one. So I'm thinking, it's a chocolate. That's that's one hit
Yeah.
or whatever. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I thought about who gave it to me and whatnot, and I was like, you're a bit more sensible now, mate. Maybe you should just have half. Don't
Yeah.
think I've ever said that in my whole life, but I
Yeah.
did, and whew,
It was good.
half was good. But yeah, bagus.
Well, if you get the chance to get more of those,
Yeah,
fucking hell.
well, I'll send some up in the post.
You know the address.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome, bro.
Oh, growing like a massive sea mamali, bro. It's
Oh,
fucking
really?
huge. It's like this big bunter fucking tree in the backyard, man.
Oh, an outdoor one in the backyard
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, and it's huge. Like it's fucking massive, man.
So
the,
like
the root on it, it's like a tree, bro. Like this.
when did you plant that?
Where did I plant it?
When?
Like 2 months ago, man. Like
Really?
it's just gone out of control. It started budding when I went back to work. So a week and a half ago, I was just starting to get like the first like little buds with like hairs on it. Come back, full fucking week and a half later, full like fucking buds just fucking hanging
So
off.
this is an auto flowering seed you got.
No, so we planted like 4, I think, and I think they like turned each other. Like some turned to male, so as soon as it turned to male, we had to rip it out so the male ones wouldn't turn
Yeah. The
the other
females.
ones.
Yeah.
And yeah, just ended up with 1 out of the 4.
Yeah. Right.
But
It wasn't
yeah,
auto flowering.
no, just
Yeah. Because you
just
get seeds now. A lot of the seeds you get now are like you can get them auto feminized, so they won't
yeah,
turn male, and you get them auto flowering, so that they flower really early as well.
yeah,
And bud up really early. Because used to be the old rule of thumb was like in for Mother's Day, out for Father's Day. So Mother's Day is like May, and
yeah,
then you'd pull them in like September. That was like the old
yeah.
rule
Okay.
of thumb.
Yeah, well, I've never like I've just done like I've grown a few plants over the years, but just as like never as a thing. Just
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
They've
And
been in
this
for 2 months. They might be auto flowering, bro, and you just didn't know about it.
oh, well, they were just clones off, just clipped clones off another
Someone else's plant.
plant. What they weren't seeds.
Yeah, well, that plant or the original plant could have been genetically modified to be an auto flowering plant.
Well, I think they were all the same clones, and like the other ones turned. So
Yeah,
yeah,
because it usually would be you'd plant it in May, June, July, August, September. You'd harvest like 5 months.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Rule of thumb.
Just whacked it in and just fucking went boom, man.
Lovely.
It's huge. Yeah.
Lovely.
I'll send you a little video.
Yeah, do
To
that.
be honest, not daytime because I could have just I couldn't take any out there. Fucking check the mollies out,
Take the cafe outside. All right, brother. It's been fucking great to catch up, man.
Was a good catch up.
Good to see you. Yeah, we should do it more often, really, man. I just
100%.
You seemed last time we did one, you seemed a little hesitant to do it, but I'll do these with you fucking monthly, mate. I love it.
Yeah. No, well, I don't think it was so much that. I think it was just the stage of my fucking life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Well, it's open invitation, mate. So everyone have a catch up because this is good. All we're doing is chatting and catching up, and I'm knocking a podcast on the head at the same time. So I think we have interesting conversations, man. So people enjoy it.
I think because I'm at the new gig now. Like I've been at this new mine like that when I was like 5 years at that other place.
Yeah, you weren't loving
it. I have to cut this from the thing, but yeah, I think that really fucked me around, man. Like
you weren't loving it, man.
Nah, like just I'm a new person now, man. Like now that I'm like past that, you know what I mean? Like it's still like lingered on, even though I quit and whatnot for a bit, but now it's just like I've washed it away, sort of thing. So
that's good, man.
Yeah. I didn't realize like how fucking bad
weighs down on you, huh?
Like it weighs down on you. That's exactly right. Weighs down. Yeah, it becomes like normal. You know what I mean? You don't,
brother. I know what you mean, man. On my.
Yeah.
I choose my words pretty carefully on the podcast when it comes to work, just because. Yeah, I do, but
because people that you work with like listen to your podcast.
Yeah, very possibly.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
can't slag your boss off when he's listening to it.
But not so much the boss, just people in general. But yeah, definitely, it's not something that I've got a heap of time left doing. It's just.
Yeah. We don't even talk about work, but that was just that's just why I was coming home and just like write myself off and shit because it was like, you know what I mean, all fucked
escapism.
Yeah, and then you'd be like, "Oh, you want to do a podcast?" I'll be like, "Yeah," and then just fail, like because it just was like,
I don't know if it's
those celebrities that like come in on the talk shows and they fuck it all up.
I don't know. Give me an example.
Well, you know, heaps of like, you know, they'll come in and they're like fucking pissed or whatever, or they fucking like high as a kite, and they just make like a like.
Do they ruin it or do they make it? Awesome?
Yeah, like sort of ruin it. It's like there's awkward moments and that. Do you know what I mean?
Do they make it awesome?
Sometimes they do actually. I remember when Jim Carrey
we're talking about it. So
yeah. Jim Carrey definitely he come in. I don't know what talk show it was, and it was fucking off chops, man. Like this
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, in his heyday, like not Jim Carrey now, like back when he was younger, not
bearded Jim Carrey.
No.
He's like a guru now.
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
Yeah,
he's like enlightened and shit.
Yeah.
I love Jim Carrey. He can do anything. He can do anything, and I'll fucking love him. Yeah. I could see a video of him like bashing an old lady, and I'll be like, look at the way the way he hit her was so fucking cool. I'm joking. I love Jim Carrey, but he's a fucking man.
Yeah.
You know, when you grow up with someone, bro, like when we grew up, when we were like early teens, all through our teenage years, like Jim Carrey was the fucking man.
Just it was man.
I don't think he could do any wrong for me.
Yeah, no, he was a big star back in the day.
Wasn't he?
It was good.
Changed the game. He changed the comedy movie game.
Yeah. Jim Carrey and what was that other fella? Mrs. Doubtfire?
Robin Williams.
Oh, another big player.
Yeah, bro. So love Robin Williams. So sad when he died.
It was,
Killed himself. Yeah. Jim Carrey has suffered with depression and shit too.
Yeah.
Like two of the biggest personalities, wildest, funniest people you know, and they're fucking both got depression.
Yeah.
Mad.
It's like being in the public eye and the fame and stuff like that. Like if they were just like funny people, but not, just regular like normal people. Do you reckon
Maybe, or maybe they wouldn't have lasted as long if they didn't have success. Maybe they were always had that in them, but having that success and going on that big roller coaster ride
Yeah.
took them further.
It was like, so I know Jim Carrey was like super high all the time. Was
Yeah.
Robin Williams
I think
on the
he,
Charlie and stuff as well?
I think he had his
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah.
I think he
Because
had
when
his
you're like
moments.
that famous and rich, you can
Yeah,
feed
bro.
those habits, man, and they'll
Yeah, bro.
always get you in the end.
Yeah, if you don't have like a standard ritual like work to keep
Yeah.
you like a boom, 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 hitting those beats all the time, it'd be pretty easy to
Yeah.
just go and spindle off fucking out of control into the fucking ether. And we
Yeah.
got more money than God himself, you know.
Yeah. I think that plays a big role, like big like thing in a lot of these like famous people that get depression and stuff like that.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. Especially if it comes at a young age. Like if you were like if you've worked your whole life and you've built in routines and habits and you understand the importance of fucking those routines and work ethic and shit like that, and then you would become successful. Like Joe Rogan talks about it a lot. Like he's slowly built up to where he is now, and he's built these other habits into his life to keep him on track. But these people
Yeah.
that explode onto the massive success, and like how hard is it to be disciplined and to have some routine in your life and to, exactly
It's
not just
super hard, man.
yeah,
It's hard enough as it is just being a average Joe. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
being able to
Yeah,
afford anything you want and like
100%. Yeah,
we're motivated by the fact that we need to fucking pay bills and we have
yeah,
to do certain things to live.
yeah.
When you've already got all the money there, if you don't have some discipline built in, it could really fuck with you.
I
Poor
better
rich
not write a
bastards.
I better not write a hit song and get famous.
It'll be over.
That'll be it. It'll be all over. Round two. No, this will be round two.
Oh fuck. All right, brother. I'm gonna cap it out. And yeah, we'll catch up again soon. Definitely if you're keen to come up this year, it'd be awesome. We'll do another fucking trip, little camping trip.
Yeah, no, 100%. Well, just tell me when and I'll be there, man.
Well, when it cools down, it's fucking
You organise it and just let me
hot.
know.
It's horrible up here right now. Fucking May,
Is
June,
it?
July, or August, somewhere around there. May, June, July, probably.
Sweaty.
Yeah. Yeah. Hot and sweaty at the moment, bro.
Sweaty.
All right, dude. Hey, thanks for your time, bro. It's been good to see you. Good to catch up in this little cafe.
Thanks for reminding me about my near-death experience. It's actually brought back a few memories.
Yeah. Yeah, I know to react differently next time around, mate. I'll just fang it.
Okay.
I'll redline it.
I've got a shark radar, man. I knew. I was swimming out there and I'm like, I'm going to get eaten by a fucking shark here. My body's telling
Your shark radar might be mixed up with turtle radar, but that's all right.
me.
All right, bro. All right, bro. Take it easy. I'll catch you later on.
Shark.
Cheers, brother.
All right. Peace out.
See you, bro.